You see, I had just come out of a tumultuous divorce, and I had to raise 4 kids by myself. And so I didn't know if I had the energy to take on such an endeavor. So I thought about it for like 6 months with trepidation. And then I said, we're going to give this a try. Let's see how this works out. So I was abruptly called into the office of Imam Majid. And Imam Majid is the highest ranking religious leader at the Adams Center. I didn't know what he wanted to talk about. It's like being called into the principal's office, but you really don't know what you did wrong. So I slowly made my way into his office, and after the greetings, he asked me, Hudi, do you have a music background? Most, if not some, Muslim scholars believe that music is sinful, so I wasn't about to implicate myself. But I had to be that nice Muslim girl and tell the truth. Yes, Imam Majid, I went to Performing Arts High School in Queens, New York City. Okay. To which he ecstatically replied to, great, you are going to start the only, the first Masjid youth choir in the whole country. And I looked at him like he was crazy. Imam Majid, I am a trained vocalist, not a trained conductor. And he said, Hudi, just do this. And you'll be fine. And if anybody bothers you, send them to me. You see, I had just come out of a tumultuous divorce, and I had to raise 4 kids by myself. And so I didn't know if I had the energy to take on such an endeavor. So I thought about it for like 6 months with trepidation. And then I said, we're going to give this a try. Let's see how this works out. Wasn't too keen on it. And so I had these kids from the ages of 7 to 16 audition. And I took 22 out of the 25 that auditioned. And, I said, we're just going to maybe sing at one Adams event, like where we're going to go. And so we had our auditions, then we had rehearsals that I set up once a week on a weeknight. And then we even gave it a name, Adams Beat. Has a ring to it. Now, all this time I was thinking what's going to happen with these kids? What am I going to do with them? So our first performance ended up being the Adams Dinner, which was a fancy dinner. At about 600 people showed up at this fancy hall. So I had them dressed really nice and clean and had their hair slicked back, and they looked really nice. And I was kind of worried about how they were going to sound because it was their first performance, but I had to give them a pep talk. So I said, hey kids, you are going to be so good, nothing like you exists in the whole wide world. You're so unique, so different. You're going to be Muslim ambassadors to everyone. But I'm not going to lie, I was actually really worried how they were going to sound. But oh my God, I was not expecting them to sound so good. Because we were nervous, and everyone has set the bar so low for us that when they hit all the right notes and they sang in unison, everyone was amazed, wow, these kids are really, really good. My friends came up to me and applauded their performance. Some said they even cried, which I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but they cried. Imam Majid came up to me and said how proud he was of these kids and how proud he was of me. And at that moment, I realized I was curating something really unique, something different, something special. So special that Adams Beat, in the last 8 years, has performed at the Kennedy Center, at the State Department, churches and synagogues, and have been at events to raise awareness for children dying in Yemen, Syria, and Gaza. And I wondered what's going to happen next. With all of these invitations, I realized I still had people who did not really like what was happening or believe in this project. Last summer, we were invited to sing the national anthem at the Wizards game scheduled for this past February. And during rehearsal at the Adams Center in the basement, we were rehearsing, and this young Muslim man walks in and looks at me dead in the eye and says, "Music in the masjid? That is not okay." And so me being the New Yorker that I am was like, go upstairs to Imam Majid's office, because that's where you need to go. And he just looked at me with a blank stare, like, I cannot believe you said that to me. I had to recollect myself and remind myself why I even started the choir in the first place, to give these kids an avenue, an outlet to be proud of being Muslim and being American at the same time. But then October 7th happened. Do we sing the national anthem or do we not sing the national anthem? I had Muslims hating on me because this administration had not called for a ceasefire, and here I was going to go and sing the national anthem with these kids. People on social media called me a hypocrite. They even put out 2 petitions to stop us from performing. And I thought about why I even agreed to do the national anthem in the first place. And so I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do this, we are gonna do this. And so we got ready to perform. On that day at the Capital One Arena, every step I took reassured me of my decision. When the crowd cheered, over 12,000 people cheered as my kid's Adams Beat name was called, I was reassured. The loud applause afterwards reassured me. The high fives and the fist pumps they received reassured me. But most of all, it was the looks on the faces of these kids who were so excited with their cheeky smile and jumps. I watched them tell each other how proud they were of each other and how excited they were, and that was enough reassurance for me. At the end, I was really happy about my decision because we did end up making history. Thank you. So, I do have a little surprise for you guys. Adams Beat is here tonight. So we're gonna perform for you, so please give it up for my Adams Beat.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. And if you ever find yourself stuck in the ground you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. You're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep. I'll sing a song beside you. And never forget how much you really mean to me. Every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You know you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, you count on me 'cause I can count on you.